Hello, everybody. Welcome to News 3 now at 6. Eric and Sarah are off tonight. Weather leads us off on this Monday evening. Southern Wisconsin is in for some alert day conditions over the next few days, and it actually begins tonight. Here's Chief Meteorologist Alex Harrington to break it all down for us. It is sticky outside today, Alex.
Yes. You can literally feel the electricity in the air, and that sticky air, that humid air is the fuel for severe thunderstorms tonight, Tuesday and Wednesday. 3 days, 72 hours of alert day conditions. This includes all of southern Wisconsin. Several rounds of severe thunderstorms, tornadoes are possible in each of these rounds of thunderstorms over the course of the next few days. The tornado threat is up towards the moderate to high level in our risks. Large hail, the same. Could have hail in some cases, golf ball to baseball size the next few days, wind gusts to 70 miles per hour. And we can't also dismiss the flooding potential as well for areas that see repeated rounds of thunderstorms the next couple of days. The good news right now is that those thunderstorms have shifted up towards the north. We had a few severe thunderstorm warnings earlier. They have shifted to and along a warm front, but eventually these thunderstorms are going to congeal, meaning their updrafts form together, and then they start to form lines of thunderstorms. And as we use Future Track here, there are those few isolated storms that we had earlier moving out. Then we turn our attention to the northwest as we head towards 9 o'clock, Juneau and Adams counties, and then slipping south and east, this line of thunderstorms, damaging winds, a couple of brief spin-up tornadoes, a distinct possibility as we start heading towards 10, 11, 12 o'clock at night. When I come back in just a little bit, we'll use Future Track and go further into Tuesday and into Wednesday. Again, we have 3 rounds of severe thunderstorms, 3 days of alert day conditions to track when I come back.
All right, Alex, thank you. And a heads up for those of you that are planning to go to the Day of the Badger events this week. The threat of severe weather tomorrow and also on Wednesday are forcing the Day of the Badger to change locations. The events will now happen inside Union South at the Set and also online. Day of the Badger features virtual and in-person events, bringing alumni and friends of UW-Madison together to raise critical funds to help the university remain a world-class educational institution. It runs tomorrow. It starts at 10:12 a.m. until Wednesday at 5 p.m. And you can track the forecast for yourself with the First Warn Weather app. It has hourly planners, road conditions, and radar. You can download it for free in your phone's app store. Just search WISC Weather. Well, it is a new day for Wisconsin athletics. This morning, Chris McIntosh formally resigned as the Badgers athletic director. Sports director Andrew Banstra is here now to break it down for us. Andrew?
Yes, Susan, McIntosh is stepping into a position with the Big Ten, but says he was never searching for another role outside of being Wisconsin's athletic director. For my money, this was kind of his way out. McIntosh has failed to adapt to the new world of college athletics, and with a new chancellor on the way, he kind of sees the writing on the wall. That's not to say he didn't have some success in his 4.5 years as the Badgers AD, namely hiring Mike Hastings, who brought the Wisconsin men's hockey program back to their glory days. But as we all know, at Wisconsin, it's all about football, and hiring Luke Fickell will be McIntosh's legacy. Fickell is 17 and 21 in his 3 seasons in Madison, and it creates an incredibly important time going forward for Wisconsin athletics.
Well, timing is everything, so why do you think this is happening now?
I really do think that he kind of saw the writing on the wall. I think that he didn't maybe do what he wanted to his best of his abilities. And to put it into a different light, this is a guy that Wisconsin athletics means everything to him. And I think that he maybe saw that with the changes in athletics, somebody else might be better fit to run Wisconsin and bring them to their success that you would expect them to have. And, you know, more power to him. That's not an easy thing to do. And he leaves Wisconsin in good hands in the sense that this is a program and an athletic department that can always have success because of that W on their chest.
You mentioned that he brought in head football coach Luke Fickell. What kind of pressure do you think this puts on Coach Fickell?
I think it puts a ton of pressure on Luke Fickell. You could argue that this was going to be his make or break year one way or another, but with Chris McIntosh, who hired him and honestly is his biggest advocate out of the door, whoever comes in is going to need to have success in the football program. And if they see that Fickell is not the person to do that, they don't really have that much of an attachment to him, and it would be easier to move along from Luke Fickell. So all the pressure in the world on Wisconsin football this fall.
Well, big news on campus, and we'll continue to follow it closely. Andrew, thank you so much.
Absolutely.
And if you would like to keep tabs on this story and all of the headlines, go to channel3000.com and get our news app. You'll get breaking news alerts, the latest updates, and more right on your phone as they happen. The app is free. All you have to do is search News 3 Now. A man is in custody tonight in connection with a shooting on Madison's east side that happened last month. On March 24th, officers were sent near Commercial Avenue around 11:30 p.m. for reports of shots fired. They found shattered glass from a vehicle. Police say a video shows a 22-year-old suspect driving an SUV and shooting at a car with 2 people inside. He and the 2 others knew each other. The suspect faces 2 counts of attempted homicide. A man suspected in a kidnapping has died after leading law enforcement on a chase that spanned multiple counties. This happened yesterday. According to Waunakee police, the suspect broke into an ex-partner's home on Friday and held her against her will. She was able to get away, and she contacted police at around 3 p.m. Sunday. Columbia County Sheriff's Office personnel joined Dane County in the pursuit as the chase entered the county, and at one point the truck left the road and crashed in the town of Caledonia. The driver, a 45-year-old man, ran from the vehicle into a marsh. After attempts to negotiate with the man, he shot himself. Life-saving measures were attempted, but the man died at the scene. We now know the identity of a man who died in a fiery crash in the town of Dunn. The Dane County Medical Examiner says he is 32-year-old Coy Kalajian of Oregon. The crash happened yesterday afternoon on Rutland-Dunn Town Line Road. Deputies found the vehicle, hit a tree, and was on fire. And then Kalajian and his dog were both thrown from the vehicle and died. The crash remains under investigation. In New Glarus today, Governor Tony Evers was pushing for fair maps, saying that they are critical to a healthier democracy, and he is also signaling some progress on tax relief talks at the state capitol. The governor says negotiations have narrowed to just a handful of key issues as lawmakers prepare to leave Madison. He also says there is no shouting and screaming in these talks, and that both sides have moved closer together.
When you have to compromise, and now both sides compromise and both sides get a win, that's going to be the way whether the Democrats take both houses or the Republicans take 2 houses. I believe that the fair maps have made democracy a little bit better in the state.
The governor added that he is leaving the door open to calling lawmakers back into session even right after the election, if that's what it takes to finish work on taxes, fair maps, and other issues. Well, April is Donate Life Month, and UW Health is highlighting the work of a specialized organ donor care center right here in Madison. Since opening in May of 2022, the Centralized Recovery Center at Meriter has served more than 200 donors and given life-saving gifts to more than 700 transplant patients. Officials say while Wisconsin residents can register as donors through DMV licenses, tax forms, or MyChart, the most important step to take is telling your family about your decision.
If you go down the pathway of being a donor after circulatory death, it's still needing legal next of kin authorization and consent for the organ donation process to go on. So by letting your family know your wishes is just like any other healthcare decision that you're making.
With more than 100,000 people still waiting for a transplant, health leaders say one conversation and one decision to become a donor can make all the difference. Coming up tonight at 6, how parents are helping money make sense to the next generation. Plus, a growing number of teenagers are gambling online. What parents should be looking out for.
And just moments away, more on alert day conditions, 72 hours of dangerous thunderstorms. I'll show you where they are right now on Radar 3000 when I return.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6, moving forward.
Welcome back. New research finds online gambling is on the rise among teenagers. According to a survey from Common Sense Media, about 36% of boys between the ages of 11 to 17 have gambled in the past year. That number is even higher when looking at just older teens, which rises to 49% among 17-year-old boys. Researchers found the majority are being lured in through gambling ads on YouTube and social media platforms.
Kids might be hiding their apps from you. They could be deleting their apps. They're hiding their screens. Key things to look for is that on the actual live game days, they get very irritable. They get very anxious. They suddenly become unavailable to you. You will be noticing that they're asking for more money, advances on their allowances. They might be selling things of their own that are very important to them, or they're coming home with a lot of cash.
Experts say other gambling warning signs in children include changes in sleep, hygiene, or grades, or use of other addictive substances. Well, high gas prices, inflation, interest rates, and other financial pressures are impacting how parents are approaching the topic of money with their kids. A recent survey from Intuit says 81% of U.S. parents reported current financial stresses that made them realize how important it is to teach their kids about money, with 79% saying they're more transparent than their parents were with them, and 71% wanting their kids to avoid the mistakes they made.
They're finding just everyday real world examples that they can use to start conversations. That could be as simple as we're going to the grocery store and we need to talk about wants and needs.
This shift is happening as Generation Alpha enters the conversation, with the oldest of the generations starting to earn income. Well, stay with us. There's more ahead tonight on News 3 Now at 6 after the break. It is Severe Weather Awareness Week in Wisconsin. How the First Warn Weather Team is keeping you prepared for the worst.
And alert day conditions will unfold later this evening. We have more in the forecast for Tuesday and Wednesday. The very latest on the timing of these thunderstorm chances on Future Track coming up.
Let's take a live look at one of our favorite views in Madison. This is from the Edgewater Skycam looking over Lake Mendota and the UW Memorial Union. That looks like an angry sky, Alex.
It does.
And it feels like summertime outside.
Oh, indeed. Our dew points, that's a measure of moisture. Susan, you and I were talking about this earlier. We have dew points in the 60s to near 70. You don't see humidity levels like that typically till later May going into June, and we've got that energy right now in southern Wisconsin. It's going to last the next couple days, and that's why we have 3 days of alert day potential here tonight, lasting into Tuesday, going on into Wednesday. This is all of southern Wisconsin, several rounds of severe thunderstorms. Each round has a distinct chance of producing tornadoes, even yet later tonight. With the tornado threat, large hail, strong winds upwards of 70 miles per hour, and that hail threat, I want to mention, we could be looking at some isolated instances of hail to golf ball size, maybe baseball sized hail over the course of the next 3 days here. And then we cannot rule out the potential for some localized flooding conditions when you have round after round after round of showers and thunderstorms. The good news right now on Radar 3000, it's quiet right now, but that's not going to last for long. This will change as we go into the overnight hours as a warm front is draped to the north. We're south of that warm front in that warm, sticky, humid air mass to the north. That's where the thunderstorms have really focused from Rochester, Minnesota to south of Eau Claire to south of Wausau, and eventually these thunderstorms are going to start to move towards the south and towards the east and get into the rest of southern Wisconsin. Numerous severe storms likely as we go into the overnight hours, and then scattered severe thunderstorms from Madison areas to the south as we head into the later evening and overnight hours. And then we do this all over again tomorrow. There is a predominant numerous threat for severe thunderstorms as we go into Tuesday afternoon and evening with that warm front hanging out there. As we head towards 9-10 o'clock, some thunderstorms possibly severe near Wisconsin Dells. Another line rolling through the Dells down to Mineral Point to Platteville. Notice this shape here. It has a bow type shape to it. That means strong damaging winds on the leading edge of these thunderstorms as they roll through. Still stormy at 12 o'clock. Some of these storms could be severe, and then it's out of here. Watch what happens as we go into Tuesday afternoon. It pops back up again, 3, 4 o'clock. These are isolated supercells, and then another cluster of supercells coming through 8, 9 o'clock. All of these storms had the potential producing damaging winds, large hail, and tornadoes, and then we'll do it all over again on Wednesday, unfortunately. So 3 days of severe weather. We have a tornado watch in effect for areas north of Madison till 10 o'clock. Some conversations with the National Weather Service. We're going to keep this tornado watch in anticipation of those storms coming down from central Wisconsin, getting into southern Wisconsin. 1 to 2 to 3 inches of rain, some localized flash flooding can't be ruled out, and then a muggy start to the day tomorrow. Temperatures starting off in the 60s, getting up to near 80 for high temperatures tomorrow. So another very warm, humid day. Then as we move into the end of the week, we can take a little breath, I guess, on Thursday, but more alert day conditions are in the forecast on Friday evening as a cold front comes through, and we're keeping an eye on the potential for alert day conditions with that line of thunderstorms. It's timely. This is Severe Weather Awareness Week in southern Wisconsin. Today's topic that aligns with the National Weather Service in Milwaukee are weather alerts and warnings. And there are 3 different types of severe thunderstorm categories. The base severe weather category, winds to 60 miles per hour and quarter-sized hail. But with what we could be seeing the next 2 days, don't be surprised if we get severe thunderstorm warning issued by the National Weather Service, which is likely, there could be a considerable or a destructive tag given the energy that we have out there. That means winds to 70 to 80 miles per hour. We could be looking at some isolated cases over the next couple days, and hopefully it doesn't pan out, but it may, where we could be looking at golf ball or larger sized hail with some of these severe thunderstorms. Susan?
All right, Alex. And speaking of, the First Warn Weather Team aired a special about Severe Weather Awareness Week back in February. It's a great opportunity to revisit. The team focused on getting us all ready for severe weather season this year.
Severe weather situations are very challenging. Sometimes if things don't all come together, things might not happen, or if everything does come together, it can happen really quick. And the goal is to get people as much heads up that, hey, something's happening today.
The First Warn Weather Team will take you inside how watches and warnings are issued, what shapes southern Wisconsin's severe weather season, how alert days are declared, and the tools that we use to keep you safe. You can watch the full severe weather special on channel3000.com. Just go to our website, choose weather, and then click on Severe Weather Ready. And we've got a big day in sports, too, a big weekend.
Yeah, absolutely. It's almost like severe season in sports. It's been this last 24 hours, and we'll pick up the pieces from a Wisconsin whirlwind in that world of sports. Chris McIntosh and Doc Rivers departing their positions. We break it down next on News 3 Now.
And now, News 3 Now Sports, brought to you by TDS.
We were all surprised last night to find out that Chris McIntosh was stepping down as Wisconsin's athletic director. But about 24 hours later, it seems less stunning. Wisconsin football has plummeted under his tenure. That and not being able to adapt to the world of NIL and transfer portal will unfortunately be his legacy. He is stepping down before it is too late for the Badgers to find somebody who can better navigate that world. That certainly will be the caliber of individual who replaces McIntosh, who is taking a job with the Big Ten Conference, saying he couldn't turn down the chance to guide the conference into a new age. McIntosh, who in his own right was a star football player in the late 90s, said in part, "There was never a good time to leave. I was not searching for something new. I believe that this position of athletic director at Wisconsin is one of the best jobs in the country." The Milwaukee Bucks are also entering a pivotal point in time, with Giannis potentially on the outs. Their head coach, Doc Rivers, stepped down last night after the season came to an end. Rivers, a Hall of Famer, was hired midway through the 2024 season and posted a 97-102 record in his 2.5 years in Milwaukee. The Bucks missed the playoffs this year for the first time since 2016. After finishing last season under 500, a run to the Frozen Four looked to be light years away for Badger men's hockey, but Wisconsin, well, they beat the odds. Bucky not only made it to the NCAA tournament, but dominated it. The team cruised their way to the national championship, taking down all higher seeds while they were at it. And although the Badgers weren't able to take home a national title this year, they got something arguably more important, that is a new identity.
We're really proud of all the guys in the room and every member of the Wisconsin Badgers organization. So, it sucks in the moment, but I know our guys will carry this into next year, and this one's hard to forget. But at the end of the day, just proud of the team.
We've kind of set the standard for Wisconsin now, and I couldn't be more proud to leave a place in the hands of the guys that are coming back next year and the coaching staff that will keep this program afloat.
Certainly a heartbreaking end
it was.
of the season.
And they had it. They had it. It's so stressful.
I know, it's the worst.
But it was a great season.
It really was.
Well
It
said.
really was.
Well said. And we're watching for storms tonight.
Yes, while we have a break right now for much of southern Wisconsin, take a look at Future Track as we head towards the 10 o'clock newscast time frame. We will be tracking likely severe thunderstorms moving back into southern Wisconsin. Blaze and I will both be here tracking those storms.
All right, Alex, thank you. Thanks for watching at 6, everybody. Have a great evening. We'll be back tonight at 10. We hope you will too. Until then, we'll see you later tonight.